Hi, folks. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. It's Friday. That means it's time for your Friday weekly wrap up. If you are watching an archive, either on Facebook or YouTube, thank you so much for being here. If you hear a reading that feels like it's saying something to you, go ahead and take that as a reading for yourself. That's how these group readings work. In just a moment, I'll pull a card for the collective, how the week went, and I'll do some individual readings. So if you would like a reading on how your week went, we're doing single card readings today. And let me say hi to the people coming into the room. It's so nice to see all of you here. Martha, Melanie, Lori, Neil, Barrett, Christina, Misty, TK, Cassia. So nice to see all of you here today. Sayani, glad you're here. So thanks to everyone who came to my class on Zoom last night. We did the meaning and magic of tarot reversals. If you weren't able to make the class, that will be available on Card and Craft Academy in the next week or so. If you were at the class, you can watch the replay then as well. I do have another class coming up this Tuesday. It is a beginner and review level tarot class, a journey through the major arcana. So if you're a newer tarot reader, or if you've never done a major arcana class with me, you should take this class. I think you'll get a lot out of it. You can sign up for it by looking right here on my Facebook events, or going to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, and look at the events. I also want to let you know I am available, and I can speak, and I am available for readings today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I have openings, and we have a tarot meetup this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, on my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet. So while you're here, make sure you like this video, make sure you like my page here, and make sure you run over to YouTube and subscribe to Christiana Gaudet. All right, so I see some requests for cards. I will absolutely get to you. But let's look at the collective. How was the week? If I remember correctly, on Monday when we did the 3-card weekly reading, there were some kind of heavy cards. So let's see, how do we see the week for the collective? Judgment reversed. Man, the hits just keep on coming, don't they? There is just a sense that as soon as we are catching our balance from one thing, something else happens. And whether that's true on the personal level, on the national level, on the international level, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy going on. And remember, Mars is in retrograde right now, and that does not make things easier. Let's put it that way. And so what wisdom do we get from the Judgment reversed card? We really need to think about Judgment as a card of closure, as a card of letting go of the past, and as a card of hearing a wiser voice, hearing a voice of wisdom. And when it's reversed, it's like we're not listening to that voice. We are not listening to wisdom. We are just seeing what we want to see. And that is not always helpful, is it? All right. So now let us do some individual readings. There is, I think, a real value in using a card to look at, okay, what happened this week? What did you learn? What did you do well? What was a problem? What are you bringing forward, going forward? You know, there's a lot of ways that this can be a very helpful process, and this is what we do on Fridays. So let me get there. I'm going to try to get to you in the order that I see you. I have learned that I don't always see you in the same order that you see you, but I'm going to go through. If it does look like I've missed you, you can go ahead and ask again. So let's see. The first request that I'm seeing is Misty Foster. So Misty, how was your week? Wheel of Fortune, some things actually went well. And you may have had a couple of lucky breaks. And with this card, you know, we are well aware. Spin the wheel, it could go well, it could not go well. There's so much we don't know. but it feels like you had a good week, and it feels like you're getting good at just riding with whatever's happening. So good job there. Okay. Martha Vink, how was your week? The Page of Pentacles reversed. Now, I know you're in school, and very often this card, especially presenting as a reverse card, would talk about some issues with school, maybe that not going the way you would like it to. But this card in its reversal can also speak to communication. Have you been able this week to communicate what you wanted to communicate? Are you working on how to communicate something in an effective way? Those might be the things you would want to pay attention to going forward. Oh, Lisa, you have a better memory than I do. Wheel of Fortune was the third card on Monday. I remember that now that you say it. Thank you so much. Wow, I keep track of these too on YouTube, but I didn't even think to go back and check, but you remembered. That's amazing. Okay. Hey, Barrett, nice to see you here today. How was your week? Well, Five of Cups reversed. It looks like you are getting really good at making the best of difficult situations. That's a good skill, especially these days. Christina, how was your week? Six of Pentacles reversed. Can't catch a break, can you? This was a tough week for a lot of people. And sometimes when it comes to difficulties, we have to look at our ability to withstand it. And I think your lesson this week, Christina, is sometimes you can't do for everyone. You just got to do what you got to do for you and let the rest shake out the way it's gonna. Okay. TK. The Lovers. So that makes me think that you're kind of getting acclimated to your new chapter or your in-between chapter, that you may be connecting with some nice people and doing some great things. I think you actually did have a decent week this week. Hey, Neil Quattrano, how was your week? Hey, you're the second one to get this Wheel of Fortune, which, as Lisa said, was, predicted in our 3-card weekly reading. It does look like some things did go well for you, and that if you notice, you could pay attention to some of the things that aren't going the way you want, but there are some things that are moving forward in the right way, and that's a good thing. Hey, Lori Hahn, nice to see you. How was your week? 7 of Cups reversed. So here's what I would have to say. I think you are getting better at not letting your imagination run away with you and making you think that everything sucks. I think you're getting better at sort of seeing what is real, what is a problem, what is good, what is neutral. And I think that's helpful. I think you are learning how to think realistically in a positive way. And there were some signs of that this week, and I think that helped you. Okay, Cassia Neal, nice to see you. 2 of Wands, I think you spent some time this week thinking about your future, thinking about your plans, thinking about where you want to go and what you want to do. And even if you don't have clear decisions yet, that thought process is really productive and positive. Hey, Melanie, how was your week? Knight of Cups, you are moving forward in love, and that does not necessarily mean romantic love. It may mean learning how to love yourself, how to love your home, how to love your new life, how to act with love in the world. Very well done. Shauna Stack, nice to see you. Glad you're here. How was your week? The Devil. So it's not so bad. It just means you had a lot you had to deal with, and there's a lot on your plate. And some of what's on your plate is very, very necessary. Some of it may be what you're doing in your own head. And so I ask you to kind of look at, of all the things you're worried about, Shauna, of all the things you're dealing with, what is like really necessary to be worried with and dealing with? And what is you just adding on to the pile? That's my question for you. Hey, Deirdre Martin, nice to see you. How was your week? You're the second one to get this. The Two of Wands. I think you are really looking towards your future, figuring out, and I think you either have recently moved or will be moving soon. And I think there's some sense of looking at what your life is going to look like going forward. And that's a good thing. Lisa points out that we had the devil in our 3-card weekly reading as well, and the devil just came up for Shauna. So yeah, sometimes the predictions really do sort of come true for all of us. Okay, Karen Winkle, how was your week? 9 of Swords, man. You are in your head and you are worried and you are concerned. And you have some real reasons to be. But when you are in that place of concern, you do not take into account your history of solving problems, your skills, your abilities, the fact that you will be able to move forward. Okay. Hey, Lisa McCord, thanks for your help here today. I'm going to get you to be my official scribe. Oh, Deirdre, you're moving in 2 weeks and you got the Two of Wands. So probably planning that move is what we saw there. That makes perfect sense. Okay, Lisa McCord. The Magician reversed. Man, could I say that this week was kind of same old for you? Perhaps you are looking for some new energy, some new way of doing things. And perhaps you just had to deal with a lot of same old crap recently. Do what you can this weekend to have some fun and bring in something new and positive. That's what you really need. Hey, Lydia, nice to see you here. 4 of Swords. I wonder this week if you have not been feeling your best. Best case scenario is this would speak of meditation, either that you've been doing some meditation this week or that would be a good thing for you, some time internally to heal. This can very much be about walking away from things that do not serve you. It can be about healing. It can be about recovery. It can be about finding your peace. So the question is that something you need to do after the week you had? Or is that something you are actually able to do this week? Either way, it's something to think about. Okay, hey, Suzanne, nice to see you. Suzanne, 7 of Wands. It looks like you did a lot this week. You had a lot going on. You may have had to speak or act in your own defense. You may have felt like you had a lot coming at you and not a lot of help handling it. But you got through it and you did a good job, and that's what matters. Okay, and thank you all for your feedback. I don't read all of it aloud in concern for the time because I want to get to as many readings as I can in the time that we have. But I do see it, I do read it, and I do appreciate it. Hey, Fatima, so nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. How was your week? The Queen of Wands reversed. I think this week you've been spending time sort of figuring out how to step into your energy, how to be the person, the woman, the queen that you really are. And I think that you may not be there yet, but you're figuring out what that's going to look like for you. And that's a beautiful thing. Hey, Barbara O'Brien, how are you? Nice to see you. So, how was your week, Barbara O'Brien? Death reversed. So, the way I'm reading this is I feel as though you have been trying to make change in your life. And there was something that happened this week that may have tripped you up, that may have made it feel like the The change you're looking for is hard to manifest, hard to make it happen. And so there might be a little frustration, but just keep moving. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep yourself clear on who you are and what you want. And it may not have happened this week, but you'll get there. Nancy Ruel, hope that you had a good week. Let's see. 3 of Cups reversed, whether it's because of being busy or COVID or what it is, I feel like you are missing some of your social gatherings. You're missing some of your friends. You're missing some of your people. And I feel like one of the things that you really need to do is find a way to stay connected to the people that you care about. Hey, Pam Lath, nice to see you. It's been a long week for you and for a lot of people, I think. So, King of Swords. So to me, this speaks of your own leadership, of your own wisdom, of your own intelligence. You know, there are people around you who try to make you feel stupid. Do not let them do this. You are smart, you are capable, you are on top of things, you did a good job this week. Don't let people take your power away from you, and don't let people steal your peace. That's the thing that really comes to me here. Okay, hey, Shelly Kaufman Kay, how was your week? The 6 of Pentacles reversed, you know, you may have really felt like you did not have the support you needed this week, or that you did not have what you needed this week. And I think one of the things you want to think about going forward is, what do you need? How do you get it? Where is your support? How do you make sure you have what you need in terms of tools, in terms of people, in terms of what you need in order to be happy and successful? I think it's been a tough week. But I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to think about, you know, what do you need and how do you get it? Hey, Elizabeth, how was Rich's week? Let's take a look and see. Second one to get this, the 4 of Swords. He is tired. I think it was a very tough week for him. I think he's tired. I hope he has some time off this weekend to rest. And, you know, he has a hard time knowing when he should speak out and when he shouldn't. He's good with his employees. He knows how to handle them. It's the higher ups. He doesn't know when he should say something, when he should not. And I think right now, it probably is best for him to be a little more quiet right this minute. There will be appropriate times for him to ask for what he needs. Right now, he probably needs to be quiet. Okay. Okay, Shelly Patel, how was your week? You're the second one to get this, and I am shuffling. Shelly, King of Swords. I feel like you were able to do some good work this week. You were able to communicate effectively. You were able to be a good leader or a good role model. You were able to make some good decisions. Whether or not it was a fun or enjoyable week, I think you did a good job this week. Okay, Sonia, how was your week? Let's take a look and see. You're the second one to get this. You know, when we start to see these repetitive cards, even though I'm shuffling, we can see more about, you know, the collective energy. So, Sonia, you had a lot coming at you this week. You had a lot you had to do. You did a damn good job doing it. But you may be feeling a little unsupported. You may be feeling a little tired, and you may be feeling like you've had to multitask quite a bit. Philippa, nice to see you here. Philippa, how was your week? I shuffled and we got this same thing. This is like the third time today. 7 of Wands. A lot going on, a lot of multitasking. But for you, the thing that really comes up for me is do not be afraid to stand up for yourself. Do not be afraid to do what is in your own best interest. Do not be afraid to hold on to what is true for you, even if other people do not support it. That's what I got there. Okay, and Shelly Kaufman K. I've had all reverse cards this week. Yeah, that can happen. And I'm sorry you weren't in my class on reversals yesterday, but it will be available in replay pretty soon on my Card and Craft Academy. If you have a lot of reversals, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you may look at it as you're feeling a little upside down, or you need to look at things from a different perspective. Jessica Rivera, so nice to see you. How was your week? The Devil, and this was our card for the week, one of our cards for the week. So the question is, did you find yourself this week kind of stuck having to do things you didn't want to do? Did you find yourself obsessing about things that weren't really helpful to you? Did you find yourself dealing with your own or someone else's unhealthy behaviors or attitudes? It looks like this may have been a difficult week for you. Going forward, the key is to ask yourself, what are you attached to? And is that serving you? Hey, Josh Wilner, so nice to see you. How was your week? Here's a good one. The Five of Swords reversed. Josh, I think this week you really learned to pick and choose your battles and to recognize that if you can't fight it, if there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do. And I think you're learning not to put your energy where energy doesn't serve you. So, it's not easy, but it's a good thing. Hey, Jesse Perkins, it's so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So on Fridays, we do a card for the week that was. How was this week for you, Jesse? The Five of Pentacles. I think you had a hard week. I feel like you may have felt like you didn't have the opportunities that you wanted or needed. And you may not be feeling, there's a lot of theme here throughout all the people of feeling somewhat unsupported. And that may have been true for you. So going forward, you have to look for your support. And you have to look for what you need. You have to look for your opportunities. Hey, Linda. Okay. So how was your week, Linda Rogers? Two of Swords reversed. I feel like it might have been a little stressful, and there may be some things you're still waiting to have happen, but I feel like things are moving forward for you, and that's good. Okay, so it was successful, Linda. Very good. I'm so glad that worked out for you. That's wonderful. Okay, hey, Christine Patel, how are you? How was your week? The Tower. So, the Tower can be so many things, some of it unwelcome, some of it welcome. It can be breakthroughs that are very healing and very helpful. It could also be chaos and craziness. Maybe it was both for you this week. Whatever happened, remember that at the end of the Tower, there is the firm foundation, and it is the firm foundation that you need to be looking for. Hey, Uma Elizabeth, so nice to see you. How was your week? The King of Wands, I think you're finding ways to channel your creativity. I think you're finding ways to manage your family. These are not easy times for anyone. And I think you are finding ways to manage it. I think you've done a very good job this week. Hey, Linda Guerreri, so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. How was your week? The Queen of Swords. I think this week you may have spent some time learning. You may have spent some time communicating. You may have spent some time having to sort of do the thing that needed to be done. whether it was easy or not. I think you've done a good job, but I don't think you had much fun. So your prescription is you need to have some fun going forward. Okay, very good. And again, thank you so much for all the feedback. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, Julia Quatrano, so nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. How was your week? The Hanged Man reversed. I think you've been spending some time thinking about how to get control of your life, how to move forward in the way that works for you. And that's a good thing for you to be contemplating and figuring out. Okay, so from my perspective, I have come to the end of my questions. If I missed you, or if you had a question that I did not see, now's the time. I'll be back here tomorrow with your Saturday Psychic Sampler. That's the one time on this page every week where you can ask questions. Any question at all. I look for specific questions and try to give specific answers. I do want to remind you that I am available for readings, phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. We can get you in today or over the weekend. Please do reach out. You can private message me, or you can go right to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, to schedule. Remember to sign up for the Major Arcana class on Zoom. It happens this Tuesday. You can sign up in the events here on Facebook, on my Facebook business page, or on my website, tarotbychristiana.com. And I hope to see you at our tarot meetup on YouTube, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this Sunday. It's free. It's fun. I hope to see you there. Thank you all so very much.